So hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is day 6 and I thought it would be fun today to show you the other projects that I have made over the years out of scrappy scraps, out of the mini skeins and leftovers from different projects and stuff. So let's get started. The very first one, and I use this nearly every day. It is huge. I have intentionally shrunk it. But this is a shawl. Like I said, it's gigantic. It was bigger and I shrunk it intentionally. But here it is. This is the center. And then it goes out both sides out to here. And both sides are even. I mean, I can really drape this around me like a blanket. This was yarn that I exchanged in a yarn advent calendar with Yoka. I guess it's been about 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago because I started working on this when I was in the hospital with my weight loss surgery. And what I did is I took like the 10-gram balls that we exchanged and I split them in half. And so I started this like this is day 1 and day 2 and so on, till I got to the center, which was the most Christmassy looking yarn. And I striped this. The black in between here is Knit Picks Palette in black. So when I got to the center, which is the most Christmassy, there it's the full 10 grams. Then I started going backwards with the other half of the 10 grams. So I had 5 grams each on this side, 5 grams each on this side. So this would have been day 25, and then here it would go on 24, 23, 22, and so on. So if you hold these up against each other, it is perfectly matched. So, and this sits on the back of my chair in the living room, and I literally use it every single day. I have it wrapped around my shoulders because I get cold and my neck gets cold. So that's project number 1. Then I had fun with this one time. This is a crocheted shell stitch. I think this was my easiest of all to do because there was no ends to weave in. I literally started at one end and just would use one color till I ran out, and then I would just weave the end in, you know, crochet it in as I went. So here's what it looks like all the way across. It's about 3 feet across and it's about 3 or 4 feet long. I've got it folded over so you can see the whole thing. So there it is here. I'll flip it upside down so you can see the other half. It's like a lap gan is what it is. And I love this thing. It's soft and yeah, it sits on the side of our sofa. So I have that. And then I have made two of these. I didn't bring them both in because they're both very similar. These are the mitered square blankets with an I-cord edging. So these are knitted, and these are really fun to do because you don't have to sew them together at the end. You pick up stitches and keep going. If you want to see how to do this, I actually have a couple of tutorials. You can click the link right here. That will take you over to it if you want to go check out how to do a mitered square blanket. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. So I have 2 of these. And then I had so much fun making that I decided, let's make another one and make it into a sweater. So I have a sweater. I'm knocking things on the floor over here. I say sweater, it's a cardigan. Over here in the US, we tend to use sweater and cardigan interchangeably. But here it is. It is a cardigan. There's the sleeves. Here's the front. And I edged all of it with the black Knit Picks, and I did an I-cord edging with it too. So I have a cardigan, and every time I wear this, like I'll wear it with something solid, you know, monotone, you know what I mean, all one color. I'll put it with that and I'll wear it. I get compliments on it every time because it's just got so much color into it. So that one's always fun to do. And then I have, I think this is what I made last year maybe. It's called Braveheart. It's a one skein wonder type of yarn or pattern. Someone gifted me the pattern years ago, so it has rippled edges, but this was also an advent calendar, and I just kept adding colors to it. So there is that one. Then I had two advent calendars that I did in July, which were for the Christmas in July fairies back when I used to do that. And so they are just 12 skein mini sets that I had bought. So I did this one, which is called The Hitchhiker. It is a paid for pattern. It's by Martina Bem. I have done this pattern. I've gotten my money's worth out of that pattern. I think I've made it 6 or 7 times. But it's potato chippy, as they say, because it is just, once you get the pattern, it's so easy, you don't need it in front of you. So this one I like a lot because it has a lot of lighter color, so it works good for the summertime. Even though it's wool, it's not overwhelmingly heavy or anything, but the colors are kind of light that you could get away with for summer or fall. And then the last one I did last year, these were all shades. I forget where I got this from. It might have been somebody on Etsy. So I started with the darkest colors. This is a cowl, and it starts with the darkest colors and goes up all the way to the top. The only thing I wish I would have changed with this is I wish I would have done a ribbing at the top and the bottom, because it does tend to curl. But it was I think it was a Yarnspirations, or I think that's what it was, pattern. I made a scarf using Yakima yarns. A yarn shop had sent me some yarn to test, and I made a scarf out of it, and it was the same pattern, but it was the scarf version. And then I found out, because I think Tina told me, because she and I enable each other with patterns, she told me that they had a cowl pattern in it, and so I made it in a cowl pattern. So it has it has some kind of maroons and kind of grays, and then it has a lot of denim blues, and it has a little bit of brown in it too, so you can wear it with a lot of different colors. So those are the things that I have made with the scrappy yarns over the years. So let's get started now with day 6. I'm going to start with Jane's today. Here is the bag, and you can see there's something goody inside. These little bags are really cute. So let's see what this is. Aloe Vera Lip Balm. I have needed this lately because my lips are chapped, and then I pick at them, which drives me crazy and drives Dave crazy too. But anyway, yeah, aloe vera lip balm. And let's take a peek at the yarn. Oh, some of my pretty favorite colors. There's some kind of yellows, greens, turquoisey blue. It's even a little bit of a pink here, and kind of a yellowy goldy green in there. So that's very pretty. And now I'll open mine, and this is a Knit Picks palette yarn. And if you've have not used Knit Picks palette, because I've talked about it with these other Afghans, they are a workhorse yarn. They are 100% Highland wool. They are very reasonably priced, and they have it in, I think, about 100 colors. You know, if you wanted to do something that was like in fading shades, it'd be easy to do because they have all different shades. So I forget the name of this one. It was something heather. Brass heather or something like that. There you can see it. It is a brown, but there's like heathered undertones of kind of like some peach kind of colors into it. You know, it's not like a solid brown. It has some other shades mixed into it. I think there's some grays mixed into it too. And yeah, it's just a good neutral, but it has kind of some rosy beige and gray. That would be the easiest way to describe this one. So, and I'm trying to remember, I think I bought this to use for a test pattern. I have a test pattern. I'm trying to think of what it's even called. Or not a test pattern, it's a designed pattern. I'll put it down here what it's called, but anyway, it has a lot of short rows in it, and it forms kind of all of them go out and it forms like an overlong triangle. And so my first experiment with that, I used Knit Picks palette because I knew Knit Picks palette I could knit and rip it back out if I needed to, and the yarn was going to hold up to do it. So that's what this brown was for, because I bought several different shades of brown to see what was going to go together with it. So anyway, that is today's video. So come back tomorrow for day 7, and I will see you then. Bye, everybody.